DIY side table part 2. So if you've been following along, you'll know that the other piece of wood was circular in shape and it had some markings on it from when it was cut from the tree. Well, a friend gave me this piece of wood and I knew that it fit my plan so much better. So I started over. First, I started with sanding using my orbital sander. This is a 5-inch diameter. And I wanted to make sure that I also am sanding the back of this piece of wood. Pull off some of the extra debris around the side, but I also wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to sand the actual live edge because I really liked the character. I used my hand sander to scuff up the edges a little bit and make sure that the ends of my table were nice and smooth. And then we jump into using our Minwax sealant. And I love this sealant because it goes on with a little bit of this, I wouldn't say tint, but like a fog to it. So you can see where you're applying it, but it dries clear. It also dries within an hour, which makes it really easy to apply several coats. So I just brush this on with an old brush that I had laying around. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, especially since no one's going to be seeing this piece of project too often. So we're going to brush this on, let it dry, add another coat, and then I got my table legs in the mail. And let me tell you, I am so happy with these. I didn't have to paint them either, like in my previous project. I love that the ends of these legs actually come with a finishing where they stand out and make them more durable at the end, so you don't feel like you're going to be chipping anything and there's no paint scuff marks that are going to be getting on your floors. So next I line up where I want my legs to be. I mark the holes where I'm going to be drilling a pre-hole, and then I get out my drill with a much smaller drill bit than my screws, and I do some pre-holes because I don't want this piece of wood to split. And with a thin piece of wood, the chances of it splitting when drilling screws in is much greater. So I'm switching out my drill bit here, and I am about to drill my screws in. So once I get all of those drilled in, I actually take my tape measure and I measure the distance between my two legs. That way it remains the same on the other side. I forgot to mention that you're going to want to use some type of clamp to hold your wood down while you are using your drill to drill in your screws and your table legs. So repeat the same process as the other side. Mark your holes, drill your pre-holes, and then go ahead and start drilling in your screws. Now, when I get done with the first side, that's when I'm going to get out the tape measure, and I measured the distance and marked it off with a pencil and made sure that it's the same distance as the legs on the other side. And once you're done with that, that's it. This is a really easy project to do at home if you have a piece of wood that you love, or maybe you buy a piece of wood that you find from a store and finish it yourself. If you like what you saw, give me a like and a follow.